Hey there, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson. So we're looking at part 2 today of the 5 kind of big phases of the serve. All right, so I got Mark back in picture today. 3 ideas for you today in part 2. The first would be the grip. I think it goes without saying, but it can't hurt to just ever have a nice reminder that the best servers in the world are in a classic continental grip. So Mark, if you can just hold that racket up, pretend you got a nail up here, and you're just hammering that nail. Notice the comfort with which he holds that racket, what we describe as on edge. That is the grip you need to be in if you want to have a fantastic serve. All right, so Continental's an absolute must. Once we are in Continental with that racket moving on edge, we want to know what the correct racket path is. So that's part 2 today of this phase is how should Mark move the racket from back to front, moving up towards the ball. I like to get him into what I describe as kind of the figure 8 drill. You'll see Serena Williams do this once in a while, and she's got, I think, probably the best women's serve of all time. Notice how Mark brings the racket back, drops it behind that loop that occurs down his back here, right there. Really key element to the swing. And then having good momentum in the swing is obviously key. So we like that swing to continue on. Notice how he picks it back up, drops it down. One thing I'd really say is important here is right in there, Mark, you're feeling the weight of the racket behind your body. You want that feeling, that connection to the racket. So when you get that racket head dropping down and you finally feel the weight of the racket there, it's at that point you know you're meant to start moving up and back down. Okay, now, if you'll notice, Mark's not doing anything with his hand. So freeze right there at the top, Mark. We get that racket on edge like we described as he comes up because he's holding that continental grip. Obviously, at the top of this swing, he doesn't want to square the frame of the racket into the ball. So part 3 today is pronation. When we start to feel that racket come from the loop down, moving up to the ball, if we can get that forearm and the palm of Mark's hand to start to turn down, and it's likely not going to stop right at the ball, it's going to keep going some before continuing on into that figure 8 move. Power is there, obviously. Naturally, just getting the strings onto the ball is there. This is how players, whether you're hitting flat, slice, pronation occurs out of that continental grip on every great server's motion. All right, so Mark, keep that going for a little bit. And then what we want to do is start to incorporate what we learned from yesterday, which would be starting to toss a ball up, getting that rock action going. Yeah, I think we do a couple, maybe 4 parts without actually tossing. Really nice here, Mark. Figure 8 motion. You're starting to see that big pronation at the top. Let's go ahead and put one into play there. Really nice. Okay. So, obviously the grip lends to be able to do everything we talked about there. Get the racket moving on the correct path. I think the figure 8 drill is a fantastic way to get good rhythm and comfort moving correctly up to the ball, and then be very aware of pronating at the top of the swing. And that for now, that pronation idea, because we're not hitting a ton of serves yet, can be relatively vague. We're not pronating thinking, okay, that's flat or that's slice. It's just make sure we start to feel the edge of the racket, get out of the way of the ball, and start to drop down. All right? So that's all I got for you today. Thanks to Mark again for popping in frame here. Be on the lookout for more videos later this week, continuing on kind of this total serve idea. But until then, please click like below this video, and if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do so, as well as check down below me in the description of this video. You'll find the link to 3 free courses Mark and I have put together. I think you'll find those really helpful as well. All right, so until next time, be well, and we'll see you soon at Daily Tennis Lesson.